Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of the Combat Chats podcast. And I can say the podcast because this week I'm actually joined by Solly. Back again, been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. And obviously Fergal hasn't been on a while now. Been really busy. I don't really know his involvement with it now, to be honest. But he has spoke about wanting to come back. So the podcast might become a weekly thing again instead of just a shitty 20-minute videos I do every week on my own. But, you know, this is a better format. This is what we want to do. Today we got some decent shit to talk about, you know. There's obviously the weird boxing matches, Nate Diaz and Masvidal and Darren Till over the weekend.
Yeah.
And we'll get stuck into that first. Obviously, Darren Till, Englishman, someone we always had a lot of hope for.
Yeah, a lot of hope. I used to love Darren Till.
Yeah.
I actually did.
And obviously that hope has been really just dwindling recently, hasn't it?
Well, it did near the end of his UFC career.
Yeah, I think 5-fight losing streak at the end of his UFC career. Gets cut and now... Oh, God, sorry. Now... I have no idea who he was boxing. Do you know? I can't say the guy's name now.
Nah, I don't know the bloke.
But
he popped a nice single leg.
yeah,
I want to know if he trains MMA because
I think he does.
that was a quality single leg, straight in.
Yeah. Single legs him at the end, which just adds to the embarrassment of. I mean, without sounding too harsh, adds to the embarrassment of Darren Till's career, really, because
if he was a boxer.
Yeah, and. He did win his fight in the end. I thought he lost.
That was terrible though.
Yeah, the back of the head thing. Jesus Christ. What do you think about the guy? Overreacting a little bit, maybe?
I think, you can't be acting like that in a ring. You can't be acting like that and then getting angry.
Yeah, going from afterwards is
I just think
mad.
it's sad. You're a fighter. You call yourself a fighter and you're getting tapped in the back of the head. I mean, yeah, back of the head shots aren't good, but that they weren't.
People have been doing that shit since the 50s, where you get in the clinch and give him a little tap on the back of the head.
Not,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it's
It's
mad.
not like an overhand to the back of the head, is it? It's not.
And I don't know. Obviously, the fight wasn't around much. I don't know if you caught much of the actual fight.
No,
it was just the
try and watch
aftermath.
it.
Yeah, I found it on Twitter. So I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't find
How
it on
was it?
YouTube or anything. It was pretty bad, to be honest. Darren Till was piecing them up, but he was walking into a couple overhands, and the guy was just terrible. Like, I think me and you would outbox that guy. I'm not even. I'm not even taking the
Get
piss.
knocked out of it, right, mate?
I don't know, mate. The whole time he's like walking backwards. Till's managed to come through and use the weapon that we saw him use in the UFC so much. The straight left was really tagging him up, and the guy. You know when this fight starts and you can tell they just really don't want to be there by the way they're like backing up and carrying away.
Felt the sting.
Felt the power early. Darren Till wasn't as precise, probably rusty, you know, hasn't fought in a very long time. But managed to get the win, called out Nate Diaz as well in the interview yesterday after Nate Diaz's win, which I'd want to see that. I'd be aghast to watch that.
Oh, mate, about that as well.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz.
We'll get on to that, yeah. I do want to talk about Darren Till's fight afterwards a bit more. Obviously, the guy going for... If you know what it reminded me of? You know Ange Lusa, who we're going to talk about in a little bit. His last fight against BRAWL, when... I can't remember what he got hit with, but it ends in a no contest because Ange Lusa's being a pussy, basically.
Yeah, people want to get out of there. They don't like where they are. And instead of fighting to get out...
Yeah, they look for a way out. And then the fight ends and Ange Lusa's trying to walk him down and fight him afterwards after he just said he can't continue to fight. So it was the same with the Darren Till guy. Gets hit in the back of the head, says he can't continue, and then a minute later he's trying to fight him afterwards. Like, you could have just took a minute, mate, and thought and carried on.
Try and actually think, hit him back with something heavy, and then go from there.
He was trying to... I don't even know if he really threw a punch at Darren Till, but Till hit him with a clean left hand afterwards. And then got single leg, he fainted with a high kick. The mad thing is that guy has no idea. Like, Darren Till could have just... fly and need him if he wanted to when he shot. Like, realistically, I kicked him in the head.
You would have think that Darren Till could have took him down, but...
Yeah, maybe. I heard the guy's a jiu-jitsu guy. I think he's got an MMA record of like 5-4 or some shit. But,
I'm glad.
But still, he's like...
If you're getting single leg by boxers, you need...
With boxing gloves on as well. It's crazy, isn't it? But, Till, Nate Diaz next. How excited would you be for that one?
I think I'd be quite excited for that, because, again, I'm always rooting for Till a little bit. You know, just because when we were kids, it was always exciting to watch. But you know, we watched a downfall there. He had a good fight against Whitaker.
That was the last.
I'd like to watch that. I think Diaz beats him up.
I
reckon Diaz. Mate, Diaz. Look, Masvidal hit him with some heavy hooks, right? And Diaz is just walking forward, just I mean, we've heard of the Korean zombie. This bloke's a Stockton zombie.
yeah. And we'll get onto that one a bit now. This one's probably a bit more of an exciting one to talk about. Nate Diaz wins by, was it unanimous? I think one judge gave it a draw.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was 10-9 to Diaz.
You know, one of the judges gave Diaz 8 rounds. Yeah. What was it, 10 rounds? They gave Diaz 8, which is fucking mental. Diaz, let's be real. I don't think he won that fight. I didn't actually watch the whole fight. I watched like the first 5 rounds before I passed out.
A lot of the rounds that I saw, I thought Masvidal was more active. Yeah. Definitely.
He was definitely landing the bigger shots throughout the rounds.
Yeah, of course. Those hooks he was landing in with, they were really good. But
he caught him with a left hook against the ropes, and Nate Diaz's chin, still at this age after all the punishment he's taken, is just mental.
I mean, I think it does just go to show like a gas tank.
Yeah, he
can help. He keeps oxygen in that brain well.
Yeah, he went on Demetrius Johnson's channel, and he was asking, does all the weed you smoke affect your cardio? And he's just like, if you want to smoke weed, it just means you got to train extra hard. So it's just like, said it makes his lungs more powerful. That was a really good interview. If you guys got time to go listen to that one. But Nate Diaz, actually a massive win, because if you think about it, this could set up a lot of big fights for him. The Darren Till one there. I thought the winner of this fight might have a chance to go and fight Jake Paul again. I mean, Nate Diaz already fought him. And I mean, it shows how hard Jake Paul hits, because Diaz didn't have that much success against Jake Paul, and he got knocked down really badly as well.
Yeah.
Rocked bad at one point. And Masvidal,
he's known to be a finisher.
He's a finisher, especially in his later career. But yeah, he's not as big as Jake Paul. Jake Paul's a big don, and I don't think people realise that. But yeah, that's about it on that fight. There's a few more things I'll get stuck into. We'll just spend a quick minute on this, because I didn't actually speak about this, and I just want to get your opinion on it. Conor McGregor pulling out the Chandler fight was meant to happen.
Yeah.
How did you feel when that got announced?
Expected.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of talk about him, his antics.
Yeah.
Around the time of when people are like, oh, is he training? Is he not training? And then
is he doing coke? Definitely.
That guy's off his chops.
Yeah.
I kind of rate it.
Yeah. But, well, Chael Sonnen said that he didn't break his toe, he had to check into rehab. So, I mean, we know how much shit Chael Sonnen talks.
Yeah, he didn't. He was definitely training.
Yeah, he was.
He looked in good shape. There's a lot of like pictures and videos of him training, sparring.
Really well,
sparring footage is really good.
Who does he spar though? Like, is he just sparring bums? I swear. I don't know any of the people he's sparring. I know I saw him sparring with the PFL guy Brendan Loughnane, who's a decent fighter. He's piecing him up, to be fair. So, but he's a lot smaller than McGregor. But he just goes out and spars like semi-pro boxers in Ireland, I reckon. That's like, that just boosts his ego, beats the shit out of him.
That's all he needs at this stage.
I saw a video. He's got shoes on and he's like spinning, kicking the guy in the head and shit. Man, it's mad.
I just think, quite frankly, like you got someone like Chandler who wants his fight. It's a fight that he really, I think Chandler wins. Yeah. To be honest, McGregor, he's washed. Not
fully, but
all respect. He's had a great career, but I don't think he can fight at this caliber anymore. Quite frankly, it's like a Rashad Evans at the end of his career. It's just not nice to see, is it?
He's getting finished on the early prelims and shit.
What I mean, we're not going to see that. We're going to see him get finished on main events.
Yeah.
But for someone like Chandler as well, Chandler was training really hard. Really hard.
He's been in training camp for McGregor for 2 years
and
now.
he's just assumed they're going to get bored and they're going to move on.
Yeah, and that...
with everything that's going on in the division at the moment as well.
I think they'll fight though. There's talk of it being rescheduled pretty soon. I do think McGregor did pull out because of the injury. I just think he went into his last fight, maybe his leg was probably injured beforehand if it broke like that. Yeah. And, just that could have ended his whole career. He's not going to make that mistake again, is he?
Chandler's dedicated to that payday, mate. He wants that great card.
I would have binned it off by now. Yeah. He could be fighting for the title right now.
That's what I mean, with everything happening in that division, and he wants to fight McGregor. Because if you can get that on your record, that's good. And as well, the numbers that he's going to put in that night, they're getting paid well. So.
And you got to think, if he were to not fight McGregor, go on and lose his next fight, he's never climbing up to fight for a belt again. So he's not going to get a chance to get a payday. At the end of the day, Chandler came into the UFC and wanted to make the biggest splash he could, and getting that McGregor fight is the biggest splash you can make in any fighting right now. Like, if you're talking kickboxing, boxing, the McGregor fight is still the biggest fight to get in combat
the numbers
sport.
It'll pull in.
Exactly.
You think it's going to pull in Britain?
Yeah,
it's going to pull in Ireland.
Probably China, mate. People want to see McGregor fight, and you know, there's no other combat athlete in the world doing 1 million pay-per-views right now. I think Ryan Garcia did about 300k, and he's one of the bigger. Yeah, boxing does. You got to think, who wants to buy a card these days when you just type in fucking crack streams or. I hope that no one fucking finds out.
We pay for UFC, don't worry. It's because you can't get it on crack streams.
And to be fair, we're lucky we only have to buy like 2 a year, so and they're 20 quid. If there's 5 of us there, I mean, it's pretty cheap not to buy it.
I feel bad for the Americans, man.
It's crazy. But we have to stay up till 6 a.m. to watch Rose Namajunas against Tracy Cortez, so. Really, I'd rather be paying 12k a year to watch UFC.
I'd stay up to watch Tracy Cortez anytime.
Yeah, true. Rose at some point, I would have stayed up to watch her too now, but no, well, that didn't make sense. Watch her too, but yeah, I feel like Rose...
It's falling off.
Yeah, not in the fighting sense as well, you know, but... No, I'm joking. What else have we got to talk about? There's another thing. Alex Pereira stepping in with the same injury McGregor had. Brutal knockout against Yuri. What was your reaction to that one?
I stood up and put my hands on my head. That switch kick. He was already done after that hook, though. Let's have it right.
The fight was finished, wasn't it?
No one. All I'm saying is, I've seen a lot of things saying that Pereira's beatable. He was at middleweight. He was at middleweight. I don't think he is at light heavyweight. I think the power he possesses now, and sorry, I think this is it. He's going to be the GOAT of MMA. I'm sorry.
A lot of people getting gassed. I wouldn't go that far necessarily, but you have
He's got to be in contention.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to look at his career a bit differently, because I don't think any fighter ever could come in and do what he's done in 3 years. Been in the UFC for 3 years, and has he beat 6, 7 world champions? Two title defences now. Could go up to heavyweight and fight for a 3rd title. And he won the middleweight title, yeah. Alex Pereira was so drained, and he was a shell of himself at middleweight.
I was watching his fight against the flying knee against
Michailidis, I think it was.
And I thought it was wild, because I'm looking at him, I'm looking at his body, and it's just like, and you look at him now,
it's fucking huge, isn't he?
He looks healthier, definitely, but it was just that middle. When you look at him kickboxing in middleweight, he looks really.
And kickboxing at middleweight, I think it's 195 as well, so that even then he looked drained.
He's got a bit of weight on him now, and
he could easily be a heavyweight. He could.
It's wild. I don't know how he can do it.
Mad.
Most people would be serious. He probably has been serious. You just don't see it.
It's I think the only one you can compare it to is not Rampage. Rumble Johnson making welterweight back in the day.
That's even more
that might be
impressive,
mad. Even madder, yeah. That was mental.
I think the definition makes it look... it's still the same thing, though.
Yeah. But you think Alex Pereira... So a lot of people saying Alex Pereira is kind of destined to lose his next fight, because maybe the move to heavyweight is coming, or maybe the fight against Ankalaev, who has got that Dagestani wrestling sort of style. But I was saying last week...
Or move the boxing. Do you see that? You see... Anthony Joshua's
I did see that.
Put a tweet out saying, "I think it'll be a really good thing that you should."
He could translate very well.
I feel like Joshua just wants to knock him out, just like he did to Ngannou. Just so on his record, it's got like
just Anthony Joshua versus Alex Pereira. What a world that would be! That's crazy.
Yeah, that would. But I think that's what he's trying to do.
No, I think that's just big hats off. If you got someone like AJ saying that he go to boxing.
I think Pereira's mindset and the way he treats the fight game, he could beat some decent fighters out there.
Definitely.
I think better than Ngannou did.
Yeah. Because Ngannou, he did well, you know.
He did, but Pereira's come from a background where
it's different.
Like glory, like that's kickboxing. They have their hands like a lot. How do I say? They utilise their hands a lot better in boxing sense than MMA fighters would.
And he's definitely more of a boxer than he is a kicker. I mean, in his kickboxing career, he's got a lot of kick knockouts and knee knockouts. But if you think about his MMA career, it's just all been a left hook, really. Like, what is it like? Strickland, left
hook.
Izzy, left hook. Prohaska the first time, left hook. Prohaska the second time was pretty much a left hook. Obviously the flying knee happened, but a lot of the opening damage always comes from that left hook.
It's beautiful.
It is, yeah. It's mad how he just... It's crazy because...
They need to frame it.
Yeah.
They need to frame it.
That is the most...
gallery somewhere.
It's the most dangerous weapon in combat sports, and it's like... Remember Conor McGregor's featherweight run when he was coming up, and every time he touched someone with his left hand, it was just fight over. It's like, that's... Pereira's even better, in my opinion. Yuri's got such a chin, and for him just to touch Yuri and almost just finish it every time he hits him clean, it's just mad.
I think that took it, like, emotionally. Yuri was... Yeah. It was a shame to watch, because I really like Yuri.
Yeah, he's
a great fighter, and I think he's a nutter, but...
Yeah.
So's Pereira. I thought that was such a cool thing. Both of them got that samurai going after the tribesmen. It was just... But Pereira's come out on top.
Yeah, Pereira's the guy right now.
The king of the light heavyweights.
Yeah. And could he be the king of the heavyweights? Do you see him?
Nah. I think...
I think he'd be like Cyril Gane, Pavlovich, people like that. But
definitely.
Curtis Blades, John Jones, Tom Aspinall.
I'd love to see him fight Volkov.
Yeah. Volkov.
That'd be wild.
I think he'd probably fucking knock Volkov out, to be fair.
I think, but the thing is like, I'm going to be biased because I wouldn't want to see him beat Aspinall. I wouldn't want to see it. But what?
I honestly wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if
you're telling me you want Brazil to beat England in a football match.
No.
Well, there you go then.
Nah, but you just got to think of it like this. Aspinall's a young heavyweight. Pereira's 37 going on 38. If he beats Aspinall, it's just going to be a lucky shot at the start of the fight. Aspinall has...
Pereira lucky.
Not lucky, but I mean, it's going to just be a flash shot before Aspinall really gets going, and the fight will be done. Aspinall will build back, rebounds, and... Right, Pereira's only going to have one chance to make history. Yeah, okay. We'll never see this again. A guy fighting for his third title.
Sorry. Nah.
I think I think I'd want Alex to win, mate.
I love Tom Aspinall.
I'm moving like an American guy out there. Just does not give a shit about someone who's from it. Nah, but I love Tom. You know, I went to see Tom fight live. He's one of my favourite fighters. But
Who did you see him fight again?
Tabora.
Oh.
Yeah, I wish he was fighting someone else, to be honest, because I knew that shit was going to happen just straight away.
Tabora clocked him though, and then he repositioned, didn't he?
Yeah, he smoked Tabora. But yeah, I don't think Alex Pereira wins at heavyweight. I think, why not just, if he beats Ankalaev, he's just going to have to start rematching like Jamal Hill and shit, because light heavyweight's terrible.
He's just going to kill everyone.
Yeah, and then we just see him get like 10 title defences.
He's going to have like trilogy matches with like the best of the division. Yeah. And then as soon as he leaves, they all go, oh, brilliant.
Light heavyweight has always been like that. John Jones dominated for years. He leaves and everyone's kind of just got a turn on the belt since.
I'm trying to think, Yuri Jamal, that happened.
No.
Nah.
That's a good one to make next.
That is a good one to, because I think if Pereira moves up, which I reckon, because he's actually a G, because he said if the fans want it, and
he's gonna fight Ankalaev. I think I think he'll beat Ankalaev, but it is a hard fight.
Yeah. But yeah, I think if he moves up, that whole division's just going to be in turmoil. Yeah. There's just going to be so many like good fighters going, right, hang on a minute. Yeah. We're going to see some good matches in middleweight. In light heavyweight if he goes up.
And we saw it before when Jones first left, and obviously we saw Reyes Blachowicz fight for the title, then we saw Glover Teixeira win the title, then we saw Yuri win the title, then we saw Pereira win the title.
And then you had
Jamal Hill won the title.
The Blachowicz-Ankalaev fight.
Which was meant to be for the title.
Yeah.
Just that division's just a mess when there's not one dominant champion in it.
Yeah, I feel like it's nice because Pereira's just solidified it. He said, right, I'm here.
Yeah.
You lot fight it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's same with the middleweight though.
Yeah.
The middleweight it happened to. Mm-hmm. Pereira turned up.
Yeah. Middleweights. I feel like middleweights and light heavyweights, apart from like the top three, are just really bad though. And that's why you always got one dominant champion. Because think, Marvin Vettori was in the top 5 for like 3 years at middleweight. Imagine Marvin Vettori being shrunk down to a featherweight and fighting in that weight class. He struggled to make top 10, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the jump is so mad.
I think power, power helps.
Yeah, exactly. It's a whole different sport kind of when you get to those heavier weight classes. Another fight I want to get your opinion on, just been announced for France. Benoit Saint-Denis finally coming back. He's fighting Renato Moicano. Moicano.
Come
and
on.
I know we're both a big fan of him.
I'm a big fan of both of them.
Yeah.
I like Benoit. I think he's a quality fighter.
That's going to be
that's
going to be a hard fight for Moicano.
He penned in Dustin so much that Dustin was just spamming guillotines.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
I thought I was like watching a UFC game going, what's going on here? He was getting pressed and and then he thought, hang on a minute. Gave Dustin like a little bit of space and Dustin just goes, okay.
But it was the staph infection, man.
But yeah, that'd be a quality fight. Yeah. Oh,
I don't know if that would probably be the main event in Paris.
What do you think about that?
I think it's a real hard fight for Moicano, to be honest. I think maybe he could sub him. Benoit Saint-Denis not the smartest fighter. He might shoot for a takedown.
Walk him down, mate.
But if Benoit can keep it on the feet, the thing is, Moicano is good on the feet, but he doesn't offer much. Yeah, I mean, that was his first ever TKO that he got against Jalen Turner. He doesn't offer no finishing potential at all. And Saint-Denis
is a dynamic striker, like.
Saint-Denis is a wild man as well. He walks forward, he just wants to kill you. And I think that might bring too much intensity unless Moicano can really use a wrestling advantage.
I think if Moicano's got any sense, he will.
Yeah, I think he will wrestle. And I do think he'll win.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know, but fuck it, innit?
Moicano wants money.
Yeah.
Right? Moicano wants money.
Yeah, it's not going to be a super long episode today because we got half an hour till France-Spain kick-off and me and Solly want to get to the pub.
It's a shame, really, isn't it? We love the fighting, but we love the footy.
Well, hopefully you can come back on next week, Tuesday.
Yeah, no, I'd like to. It'd be nice to be back on here again, start breaking cards down and stuff, because I mean, it might help me
get back into fighting.
Be a better fight fan, because I will admit, guys,
been slacking.
I've been terrible. I've enjoyed the pints.
Yeah. Mind you, you've been training, so you know the technical parts about it, but not the what would I call it? Not the actual parts about it. But we are going to give just quick predictions before we finish up.
Not the meat and drink of who fighters are.
Yeah. you're the potatoes. You know what I mean? No, but we're going to quickly give predictions on the main card. Abdul Razak Al Hassan against Cody Bundage. You know. I've never said his real name on this.
Andy Smith batters in the gym. So.
Yeah, apparently Cody Bundage beats the shit out of Anthony Smith and Chris Weidman in the gym, which, if anything, it tears down their name more than it brings Cody Bundage's up. Yeah. But shit, I call him Brundage.
Just means he's good at sparring.
Yeah, I mean, we all know
that fighters good at sparring.
Yeah, we all know that one fighter who, in sparring, he'll piece you up and then just get destroyed when they try and do anything more than that. But he's fighting Al Hassan, Cody Brundage, really, kind of struggled since he joined the UFC.
Yeah, I think he's going to get knocked out, isn't he?
Yeah. He offers absolutely zero on the feet, and he's meant to be a wrestler.
Knocked out some cans.
Yeah, he's got a nice right overhand if you let him have about 5 minutes to set it up. But I think Al Hassan will just be active enough to find a knockout shot. He does kind of fall into the category of just... He's a knockout puncher, so they just get way too comfortable in standing still and staring at you and just waiting for the opportunity. And we saw him punished for that against like Chaos Williams.
Yeah, Chaos. Yeah, knocked him out.
You can't stand and Joe Pyfer,
Pyfer just does a triangle choke, right?
Yeah, Pyfer really just able to walk forward, land the big shots and choke him out. And Cody Brundage meant to have decent grappling skills, but I do think Al Hassan's takedown defense is pretty underrated, so... I mean, that does favour Al Hassan knockout, right?
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
He's got really solid power, so yeah, I'm going to go second round.
Like we saw against Ribeiro.
Yeah, and we saw it against a lot of people. I mean, Desherica was absolutely levitated him with a head kick. Really blocked it as well, and it still knocked him out.
Both of these fighters as well, another thing I've looked at, they're coming off of 2 wins out of their last 5.
Yeah.
So... it's squeaky bum all time, really, for both of them.
And Brundage's win, he was getting dominated and he slammed his way out of an armbar. And then he also got a win where he was getting dominated by Jacob Malkoun and just faked being elbowed in the back of the head and just got a DQ win for that. So, has he even really got a good win? I mean, he knocked out someone with an overhand.
Fun fact, they're both coming off of submission losses as well. Bo Nichols subbed Brundage.
Yeah, he did.
Last time out.
And people gave Brundage a bit of credit for that Bo Nickel fight, but so what? He stuffed the takedown. That is literally all he did that whole fight. And Wing just missed with an overhand.
People are rooting for him, man. Right?
Yeah. So Al Hassan knockout. Julian Erosa versus Christian Rodriguez. Julian Erosa has fought 31 times in his career. That's pretty...
That's,
yeah, he's active, isn't it? And I'll tell you what, it does show, because he is one of the most punch-drunk people I've ever watched. He's got some good finishes, you know, he beat some people where you really didn't expect him to. Obviously, got a winner against, I think it was Puelles last time, and that ruined my bet. That was 150 quid. Puelles rocked him straight away and then tried to shoot a takedown and got guillotined for it, and I almost cried because I needed that money. But yeah, Christian Rodriguez was up bantamweight, really killed some prospects down there. The first person to beat Raul Rojas Jr. Got dominated in the first round and then just controlled the fight the whole way through in the grappling, which is, you know, shows how good he is. Last fight, quite a close decision.
Simon?
No, that was a bit before, yeah. So it was Simon, was like 3 fights ago now, I think.
Yeah.
But he fought Darren, who's this nuts wrestler, and yeah, he got dominated, but he kind of came back really good in the third round and almost finished him, and they gave him the decision, which most people disagreed with. But Christian Rodriguez just has been so good since joining the UFC. A lot of people hate him because he was at bantamweight and he missed weight on both those Cameron Simon and Raul Rojas fights. You know, if you miss weight and then destroy two prospects, people are going to be pissed off. But that doesn't change the fight. He's a really good fighter. Julian Erosa really lost the pop in his shots, kind of fights like an older
Do you reckon decision now for Rodriguez or
sub? I think
sub.
Yeah, I think it could be a sub. Erosa is good on the ground, but I also could see it Rodriguez to get a rare TKO as well in the later rounds, because Julian Erosa is really sloppy, and I think Rodriguez is really good on the feet, just lacks a bit of power, but Erosa's going to gas out. Probably, I'm going to go third round TKO. It could be a sub. Probably going to be a decision. Let's be real.
Good decision. Yeah.
Now, getting on to the next one, Gabriel Bonfim. A lot of people say he got fraud checked against Delby in his last fight, fighting Andrea Lusa,
fighter.
Yeah, Gabriel.
A lot of submissions.
Solid. Yeah, so he's got 15 wins, 3 by knockout, 12 by submission.
Yeah,
so yeah, he's a finisher.
Ange Lusa's
a bitch.
Let me just check my notes a minute. What if I wrote? Pussy.
Oh, no, yeah. Obviously, the Brian Battle fight last time out.
Yeah, again, like we were saying earlier, you can't do that.
No,
if you want to find you out of a fight, either knock the bloke out, sub him, or just let yourself get beaten up.
Yeah, and he also had a really close decision with Reece McGee, which Reece McGee might be one of the worst UFC fighters of all time. So, you know, it's not a good look. But now and again, you know, Ange Lusa, when he came into the UFC, when he beat AJ Fletcher, you're looking at him and thinking, Jesus, this guy's really good. And then he goes on to lose to Miguel Aziz. That's a really bad loss. He beats Reece McGee, which, you know, that is what it is now.
It's an average fighter.
Yeah.
Sub-average.
Yeah, it doesn't really get finished too much by guys, so Bonfim is just going to be too explosive. We saw Dalby dominate the first round, got into some really good positions, like top mount and stuff, but just gassed out because he's just a madman. But I think he will find the finish here. Ange Lusa, he's got good takedown defense. I know a lot of people brought him in when they were training for Woodley because he's got a lot of comparisons back in the day. Yeah, I think he helped Darren Till a bit.
I reckon I might go no contest again. I might bet on it just to see if I get a bit of money. Yeah,
I'm gonna go Gabriel Bonfim submission. Yeah. I think he will get him down early because he is, and he took down. Dalby's good, you know. Dalby just had a really close fight with Renat Fakhanirov, who's, you know, one of those nutty wrestlers. So he showed he could stuff a takedown, and Gabriel Bonfim took him down like 5 times throughout that fight. Yeah. I think he'll take down Andre Lusa and get a submission. I'm gonna go third round submission. Actually, no, that's probably not a good pick because he does gas. I'm gonna go second round submission. I think that's yeah. He's gonna finish him probably.
So I'm struggling with these two.
Yeah, I think Bonfim's probably the smart pick. Andre Lusa. I think, Bonfim's the smart one to go with, really.
Submission, yeah.
Now, on to the next one.
Right.
This one's a banger.
This is wild.
This one...
We've got the technical barroom brawler, Silver. Yeah, which, can I add, the bloke's deranged. Yeah. I will just say this now.
Crazy motherfucker.
What a win over Jourdain. That was...
last week.
Sensational.
Big credit to stepping up. It was meant to be... obviously both of us very big fans of Mike Davies as well. He was meant to be fighting Drew Dober this weekend.
Really?
But there's a video, I think he popped his shoulder out.
When was the last time I saw him fight?
He fought like a couple months ago, but that was the first time in like a year and a half.
I didn't know he was meant to be in for this.
Apparently, they said on the last broadcast that he just coaches now and he doesn't like fighting. He gets a bit bored now and again.
The first time I saw him would have been Sadiq Youssef, Contender Series, mate. Yeah. That's mad.
And then I saw him absolute murder some really tall white dude, Mike Davies. That's just one that I can't remember who it was.
Dober in reverse.
It was crazy. Like, the beating the guy took was nuts. It was one of the worst beatdowns I've seen in the UFC.
I think... Do you reckon the move up's going to be too much for Silva straight away? I mean, he fought last week.
Missed weight by 3 pounds, so...
Yeah.
But I think he was trying to make the weight, so that might make it even... That makes it even worse if you got to jump up weight straight after. I think Drew Dober's a sensible pick here, but it's a techie fight. Gene Silva's... comes forward, Drew Dober's easy to hit. We've seen him, he gets hit a lot, but his chin...
You brought up a good point earlier in your room when we were just running over things. You were on about Jourdain and his shots.
Jourdain doesn't offer much finishing potential with his shots.
And
Drew Dober's got the most knockouts in lightweight history.
And if you think you can stand there in front of Dober and wave your hands and act funny, you might be in for a shock.
Yeah, I think he's gonna...
He might be that much of a nutter that...
Yeah.
It's just...
I think he's gonna drop Dober early, gas himself out and get finished in the third round. I think to jump up too quick, I think he's going to have a really good first round and then gas out Dober. How many times have we seen Dober just get kneed in the face, look like it's done, and then get up and knock him out? The Terrence McKinney one was crazy. Just knocked down with a right hand, knocked down with a knee, knocked down with a head kick, and then wins. It's just nuts, all in one round. So, I think Dober... Gene Silva could very well win this fight, especially Dober finally getting knocked out by Matt Favola. That sometimes when someone gets knocked out for the first time, that shows it starts happening more often. And Gene Silva definitely has the power to do that.
I think though as well, it's experience in the UFC. Like Dober's been at this setting for quite a while now.
So long. He's fought so many elite fighters too.
You know what? I think I might go.
Do it.
I'm going to go Dober round 2, like late in round 2. Yeah.
I thought you were going to pick Gene Silva, man. I kind of wanted to, but I think he will have success.
I like watching Dober get knocked out because, after what he did to my idol.
Oh, yeah, Bobby Green.
But the point is...
But let's be real, if Bobby Green was a white man, that would have never happened.
Dober's racist with his fists.
You see? Oh, I don't even want to bring this up. It's so funny. You know, like when people on Instagram Live and stuff and people get them with the names, like my friend Nick... these sort of ones.
They got Dober with it.
Dober gets because he's just a slow guy as well. Like he's just like
a meathead.
Yeah, and he just gets rinsed any time he goes live. It's so bad.
You look at the record though. I mean,
that's
a racial record.
That is very But Dober did beat a white guy in his last fight, so I think maybe he's trying to change that around a bit.
He's trying to prove that he hates everyone. He will kill anyone.
Exactly. Going on to the next one. The battle of the OAPs.
This is a combined age of combined age of 77.
Jesus.
Ponzinibbio comes in at 37 and Salakov's 40 years old. This is the oldest fighters tonight.
Do you know what? I almost called...
Fair play.
I almost just called Salakov the Karate Hottie. That's Michelle Wars, and he's got
Kung Fu
that's
man,
it.
man.
That's he's the Kung Fu sign, but all he does really is whip out a like crane kick.
He killed Fialo with it.
He did. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but he did get KO'd by Randy Brown last fight out.
Yeah, he's been KO'd.
Both of them are coming off of a KO loss.
Yeah,
and again, quite a trend tonight. A lot of these fighters I've noticed seem to have like 2 out of 4, 2 out of 5 fight wins, apart from them as you go up the card.
Yeah.
They're both coming off 2 out of the last 5. I mean, I think Ponzinibbio's last win was Morono, and before that was a scrap against Miguel Bieza.
Yeah.
So,
but I do look at Ponzinibbio's record, and this is why I'm picking him. He's not getting finished loads. He's losing a close decision to Michel Pereira. Look how good he is now. And doing really good against Kevin Holland until he gets finished in the third round as well. And he's a young, really athletic guy still. And
he went all the way with Bieza as well. Smashed his gum shield out.
Knocked him out. Did he knock him out in the end? I swear he did.
Right at the end?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like it was a decision.
Oh, no, it was a decision.
Yeah, but mate, he put it on Bieza.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and he's having he did get smoked by Lei Liang, but Lei Liang's an absolute fucking nutter, so that's just one you can write off now and again. KO's Morono, comes back in a losing position. He is a very beautiful fighter, but he's still safe. He's still sort of got those old savvy techniques, and Salikov, for me, just can't take a shot as well, and that's why I'm going to go Ponzinibbio. He's still kept that power. We saw that in a lot of fights.
Yeah, I think Ponzinibbio. Could it be a decision? Because Salikov's wrestling is decent.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm
going to go third round TKO. I think they're both too old to last the 3 rounds. I think one of them will chin each other eventually. But
I don't know though, because Ponzinibbio has been in a few decisions.
Yeah. Ponzinibbio's a lot of decisions.
I'm going to go Ponzinibbio decision, I reckon.
Yeah, I do just get a bit hyped up and go for finishes, but I don't.
Mate,
it's for 3 a.m, man. I don't want to see all these decisions. I'm picking knockouts. I'll put that into.
You want to go bet at half 4 instead of half 5.
Yeah, and now getting on to the main event. Tracy Cortez, one of the longest fighters in the UFC.
100%.
Against Rose Namajunas. Rose, obviously, one of the greatest female fighters of all time. Tracy Cortez really not been tested yet.
I was thinking... Sorry. I was thinking earlier what you were about to say about not being tested. I did look at both of both of their records. I mean, really, the last time... The fight that stuck out in my eyes on their records was Cortez against Erin Blanchfield in Invictus. That's a name that now's a good name. But since, not really many good fighters.
Been much, has there?
All decisions.
She really struggled in her last fight against
Jadavicius.
Yeah, who, let's be real, is not... we're talking about Jasmine Jadavicius and Rose Namajunas.
Yeah.
If Tracy Cortez wins this fight, I'll pull it out right here. I don't know what I'll do in my life, because MMA's a weird sport, but that shit should just not happen.
What, like a Payne?
Payne, yeah.
Oh my god.
Payne beating Nunes.
It's not that bad.
No, definitely but not. Cortez is a heavy wrestler.
You think that you look at their last run of fights, right? You've got a loss to Esparza. She beat Ribas last time out, but you've got a loss to this is Rose now. You've got a loss to Esparza and a loss to Ferro.
Yeah. Ferro fight was
broke her hand.
Yeah, it's a weird one, wasn't it?
But then before that, Wei Li, which is a decision and a knockout.
Crazy. How good Wei Li is now.
And then the caliber fighter after in that division. Well, no, it wouldn't be that division when she moved up.
Yeah.
But still, all great women, female fighters. I think she might fucking just head kick Cortez, to be honest. Cortez is 5'5".
Yeah.
I swear Rose is a little bit taller than that. You need to check this for me now.
I'll get it up quick.
I feel like...
Yeah, they're both 5'4", apparently.
Okay, so...
Rose kicks people, though, in the face.
I just feel like Cortez... I don't know. The way she holds her guard and the way she comes forward and stuff, I feel like Rose could pick her apart.
Yeah, I think...
To be honest.
Rose... it's just so frustrating watching Rose, because you remember her at strawweight, her against Jessica Andrade, and how quick and vicious she was. Obviously, she ended up getting slammed on her head, but just the first round and a half of that fight was just, she was putting on a masterclass, comes and beats Andrade in a rematch, beats Joanna, beats Wei Li twice.
Mate, jeez.
Like, at strawweight, she has one of the best resumes of all time. And it's just like,
and
surely
this is what
that
I mean
would
about
equate.
the calibre of fighter they've both fought.
And that's surely it would equate to a Rose win.
I feel like Rose, she's got to be looking at this fight as like, come on.
Yeah, and I feel like she's got to really put a stamp on and finish Tracy Cortez as well. I think that's because obviously Rose, since moving up, in my opinion, she looked decent against Ribas in her last fight. But
is this a 5 or a 3?
It's a 5-rounder. I think I'm gonna go. It probably should go decision, but fuck it, I'm not again. I'm gonna go 3rd round TKO. I think,
yes.
Is that what you're saying?
What are you gonna say? Hang on. Let's both say it at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Head kick.
Oh no, I'm not on that.
You're not on that.
No, I think Cortez will have success in the grappling early. Rose has been taken down. I think Rose is really good at jiu-jitsu, and I do think she'll just get a ground and pound finish at some point later in the fight. That's what I'm going to go with. I think she'll start reversing the position, get in top position. I think a lot of this fight, because on the feet, I feel like Tracy Cortez is just going to be diving for the legs. It's going to be real scrappy. On the feet, I think Rose can piece her up. I'd love to see a Rose knock out on the feet, but I think she'll get on the ground.
I think round 3 head kick.
Nice, I'll take that. I'd love that.
You can head kick Wei Li, you can head kick Tracy Cortez. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, it is now 7:47. The game kicks off in 13 minutes.
And I'm thirsty.
We need to get to the pub.
Good to be back.
Yeah, 40 minutes, smashed out a pod. I'm just thinking is that there's not really much else I can even talk about this week. I'll try to get another video done tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully at least once maybe Ferg will be coming back, Solly will be on.
Get the band back together.
Yeah, and we can get the pod up and going again, because as you all know, I've been slacking on my own. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify, share us around. That's how we'll keep knowing you're enjoying it, and we can hopefully do way more stuff. Yeah, like the video, and we'll be back again.